Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah Wisted. Today I'm sharing with you guys a list of homeware products that I own from Amazon that I absolutely love and use pretty much every single day. So let's just jump right in. I'm gonna start with the first one being the water bottle that I use every single day. I feel like water bottles have had such like a spotlight in trends recently, so I don't want to add to that spotlight on water bottles, but I do really like this water bottle mainly because of how big it is. I like how much water it can hold. I feel like if I can just drink 2 of these per day, that's a really good amount of water. But I really like the look of this. I mean, I feel like that's pretty obvious. This is definitely a water bottle that I would choose, but it's just very minimal. I like the beige color. It does come in other colors, and they have a really cool like matte black color also. And then they also have a version that has a skinnier like bottom, so that if you are somebody who likes to take it from the house and into your car and like put it in a cup holder, like this one doesn't really fit in most cup holders. So I will say that's the one downside, but I usually just use this one at my house. But they do have a version that fits in cup holders as well. So I just like the look of these. I think they look really nice, and they're just off Amazon, so nothing crazy. The next item that I wanted to show you guys, again, this is homeware. This isn't like home decor by any means, but this is all like functional products, and I would say this is also one of my favorites that I'm sharing you from this list today. And I actually asked for this for Christmas because we just needed to restock our mixing bowls. We just had some like mismatched mixing bowls, and I just wanted a set that all went together, different sizes, and then I could just kind of store it together. So this comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 different mixing bowls in here, and you can just choose whatever size that makes sense for whatever you're making. But my favorite part about these mixing bowls, well, there's 2 favorite parts. The first part is that it comes with this like silicone bottom to it, so it doesn't slide around. So if you're like whisking something, for example, it doesn't like move around. It just stays to the surface that you have it on, which is a game changer if you have ever had any sort of bowl that doesn't stick and you're trying to like move and you're trying to whisk or just do something within the bowl and it moves around. It's just really annoying. So having this bottom part being silicone or whatever this is just makes it really convenient so that stays in place the way you need it. So that's part 1, but the second thing that I really love about these is that they all come with, each bowl comes with its own lid. So if you were to marinate some meat or whatever it is that you're marinating, for example, you could put all the marinade in, put all your meat in, and use one mixing bowl for that, and then just cover it, and then set it in the fridge for when you need it next. So it's just really convenient in terms of like using as an actual mixing bowl, but then you can also use it as storing your food before you cook it, or just like a food prep type situation. So I love these. The next item that I wanted to share with you guys is this air purifier. Obviously, I love a clean home. I just feel like there's something to be said about walking into your home and it feeling clean, feeling inviting. So that's an obvious, most people like their home clean. But what I have found recently is after using an air purifier is that I'm obsessed with the feeling of clean air. And I feel like you guys know what I'm talking about when it doesn't feel, like the air doesn't feel clean, or it's like musty and maybe has a little bit of odor to it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just kind of obsessed with the thought and idea of just clean air. As kind of an example, this is like real life. My husband and I had been chatting about this recently, is that our bedroom, I feel like at night when we wake up in the morning, just didn't feel fresh, I guess. And it just wasn't, I don't know, it just like didn't feel fresh. And I don't know if you guys know what I mean, but maybe it's like the thought of just like bodies sleeping all night in one room and you waking up in that room. I just wanted it to feel like nicer to wake up in. And we moved this actually into our bedroom. It makes me think I need to get a second one because I really got it for the main room in our house, but now we have it in our bedroom because it has completely changed the experience waking up. I swear, waking up The air feels clean, which I don't even know if that's a thing. I really don't, but I swear it is. So yeah, we've been kind of obsessed with having this in our bedroom currently. We have the Dayette Air Purifier. That's this one that you see right here. And this is the larger size. It's the 401. Dayette is sponsoring this YouTube video, but I am really impressed by the quality of this, so I wanted to share it with you guys anyway. Dayette is a true HEPA air purifier brand, which essentially means it removes 99.97% of pollutants in your air. So that's essentially like dust, pollen, mold, just any sort of airborne particle that's in your air, it removes that from your air. And I have even seen that it removes odor from air. So if it's like a light odor that you need removing, like smoke from a fire, for example, it helps remove that also. Having one of these is especially important to me now that I have a child. She's 2 years old, and I don't know about you guys, but I have become one of those moms that is like doing everything in their power to make sure that their child is fully taken care of, like wanting to get everything organic, not wanting to heat anything up in plastic. Like I am becoming that mom. So essentially, like I said, we've kind of gotten selfish and moved this one into our bedroom, but I definitely want to get a second one so that it's in the area that she's in most days. So what makes Dayette different than other air purifiers is that their filter is larger, which means you don't have to change it as often, which is a huge win for me because I just can't stand having to add another thing to my to-do list. And this just makes it easier because it goes a lot longer without having to change it. They're also higher efficiency, and they have multiple fan speeds. You can choose like how quickly you want to remove pollutants from the air. When you turn this on, it actually has a light to show you like how polluted your air is. So if your air quality is on orange, for example, then you can turn it on high and just trying to get those pollutants out. And if it's on blue, you can just have it on the lowest setting because you don't really need it to be any higher than that. So it really kind of like takes the guesswork out of how to purify your air, which for me, again, just makes life so much easier. Oh, the other thing that I haven't mentioned yet, which I didn't realize was an important thing until we used it in our bedroom, is that there's actually like a night mode on here. So when you press the night mode button on, it turns off all the lights on the screen. Have like one little small icon that shows that it's in nighttime mode, but everything else is fully blacked out, so it doesn't cause any sort of like light interruption in your sleeping environment. Oh, and one other thing that I haven't even used this function yet, but the fact that they have it I think is really cool. There's like a lock function. I'm pointing because these are like the icons, but there's a lock function on here as well that you can lock it on here so that if your child or your pets or whatever are trying, well, I guess your pets can't really get to this, but if your child's trying to like press a bunch of buttons on here, they can't. So it's locked so that your child can't press the buttons. It does come with this awesome remote. This version comes with this remote, and you can do everything via the remote. So if I want to put it on lock mode, I just hit that lock button and it would lock it so that my daughter can't get to it. So like I mentioned, we have the larger size. Dayette has two different air purifiers, and this is the larger size, which is the 401. It just covers a bit more space. It has a digital screen right here that you can see, and it just has a few more features than the other one that they have, which is the 301. And the 401 also comes with this remote that I just mentioned as well. So if you have a larger space that you're trying to fill or trying to purify, or you just really want the convenience of the remote and just a few more like touchscreen features on the actual unit, then I would definitely go with the 401. But if you have a smaller space, or you don't really care as much about like the remote and just like some upgrades and features, then I swear the 301 is just as great. It just doesn't have as big of a capacity as this one does. But in any case, I can include a link to both of them below. They're both off of Amazon, very easy. They just deliver right to your door. Setup was super easy, but I'll include the links to both of them down below so you can kind of take a look at the different features and just compare and decide which one makes the most sense for you. So I do have some exciting news in addition to just sharing this. Dayette is actually going to host a little giveaway for you guys, and 2 of you who are watching this video right now are going to be given one air purifier. So if you would like to try out one of these Dayette air purifiers, all you have to do to enter is subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is just that big red button pretty much below this video. And then also in the comments, if you can leave a little cloud emoji comment, that would be helpful so that I can know that you've entered. I can look at all the cloud emoji comments, and then we can do a little random drawing and somebody can win one of these air purifiers. Or I'm sorry, 2 of you will each win one air purifier. I hope I'm saying that right. I'll put all the giveaway information down below as well, so it's very clearly spelled out, because sometimes I feel like I lose my train of thought when I'm trying to explain it on video. But essentially, I'm gonna give you guys 1 week to enter, so 1 week past this video going live. If you can just put your cloud emoji heart down below and make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, then I will pick 2 of you guys to win one of these, and I'm going to message you within that message. So I'll reply to your comment below saying you've won, and then if you can just email me all your details, I'll put my email address in there as well. But if you'll just email me all the details on where you want it shipped, then we can get this air purifier shipped out to you and you can try it in your home. So yeah, that's it. Again, I'll put all the information down below. If you have any questions, let me know, and let's get on to the next item. The next item that I love off Amazon, I actually want to go ahead and order more of these and more similar containers like this. These glass jars that come with these wood tops, I just think they are so beautiful to put really anything in, but what I've been using them for is to put my overnight oats in. So essentially I just throw in my oats, chia seeds, almond milk, honey. I just feel like these in your refrigerator are a lot more friendly to the eye, you guys know what I'm talking about, than like something else. And I love that these are glass and not plastic. You guys know, I already just mentioned earlier, I'm weird about like food being in plastic these days. I still need to replace a lot of my plastic containers that I have, like the like plastic Tupperware containers. I still have a bunch of plastic that I'm trying to get rid of, but that'll be maybe next month. I can't focus on that right now. But these are just really great because they're glass. I will say, I had noticed though that you probably don't want to heat these up in the microwave. I might have just had a really bad experience, but one of them broke when I was heating up oatmeal in the microwave. So I would just warn against heating them in the microwave. But in general, I think that these are really beautiful. You can put you can throw like your berries in here and keep them fresh in the refrigerator. Just some cut up vegetables ready to grab and go. Really anything you can do with these. I just think they're really beautiful. And they don't even have to be in the refrigerator. I've seen people use these in master bathrooms, and they just put like Q-tips or cotton balls or whatever it is, and they leave them out on the sink, which I think could be really cute too. But I use these in my kitchen because I love just to have cute little grab and go oatmeals. It just makes my life so much easier. I feel like a theme for me is like making my life easier. This next item is not a homeware. I don't really know how this ended up on the list, but I'm gonna share it because it is gold. But I'd be shocked if you guys haven't heard of this before, because this is like one of those viral things that just became really popular. I wanna say Alex Earl's the one who made this thing popular, but I don't know. It's just really helpful for those of you who create content, or just in general taking photos of your family. Having great lighting, like people always ask me how I get quality photos for Instagram, and it really is all about lighting. If you'll notice, like 90% of my photos recently are in my dining room, and it's because my dining room has the best lighting. Like that's not just by surprise. And then of course outdoor pictures always have the best lighting. But if you're somewhere who doesn't have good lighting, and maybe your house doesn't have a lot of natural light, something like this can be really, really helpful. But do you see how it just like automatically just brightens up my face? Let me try and get closer. So without lighting, although I am in my dining room, so the lighting's already like not terrible, but with lighting, I swear it just makes your face look more glowy. And I don't know, this is like from like a face angle, but if you're taking photos of like, if you've created some beautiful dinner that you want to share on Instagram, you can like show it over your dinner plate and like take your little flat lay picture of your styled dinner. I just think lights like this really do add so much, and I don't know, you can't take lighting for granted. I swear having something like this is just like a tool in your pocket to help everything you create look that much better. The next item are these salt and pepper shakers. I'm like, you guys already know this, I'm like pretty type A, and I weirdly went through this obsession of finding cute salt and pepper shakers that I could leave out on my countertop, but I didn't want to spend a lot of money because I was like, there's salt and pepper shakers, like who cares really? So I actually found these on Amazon, and I thought they were really beautiful. I loved the shape of them. I feel like they're very minimal, also functional, and I just really liked the color of the wood. I feel like the wood of this just looks so beautiful and so rich. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about these. But all you have to do to refill them is just pop the top off, put your peppercorns in there, and then I'm not gonna grind it obviously because I'm sitting here, but you just grind it like normal. And there's something to be said, I swear, about freshly grinded pepper. If you wanted to put both these on the table when you're having dinner or like having people over, I think this just adds to the decor in my opinion. Next up is this Lazy Susan. So I put this in our spice cabinet. This was actually a tip that I learned from The Neat Method, which is an organization company. They've just really helped me organize a few areas of my kitchen, definitely my pantry. They were very crucial in my pantry organization, but they've also helped me organize my spice cabinet, which was just very out of whack. And I don't know, I feel like the older you get, the more you're obsessed with organization, because I know I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get this organized, this organized, this organized. But anyway, we did get our spice cabinet organized, and one of the biggest differences that I had found was having the Lazy Susan in there for like the olive oils, just like the wet seasonings, like Worcestershire, soy sauce, red wine vinegar, like stuff like that, honey. So I found myself back in the day, like you would have to pull everything out just to get one item that you were looking for. And this, you just twist around and grab your item and go. And it's just like, I don't know, my mind was blown that I just hadn't been doing that for my years. And it's just from Amazon, so great purchase. The next item also helps with food prep or like dinner when you're cooking dinner. And it's just a spoon rest, and I know that's like nothing revolutionary, but I swear this spoon rest is, I weirdly enough just like didn't use a spoon rest for the longest time, which I do find that weird because I know that's like a normal thing, it's not abnormal. I would just get a paper towel or just set my spoon just kind of like halfway on the stove, which is terrible because then whatever you're cooking like gets on the stove and you have to clean it. So it's just, it was dumb. I know it was dumb. But I found this spoon rest, and the reason I'm showing it to you guys is I really just love how minimal it is. A lot of spoon rests that I saw online were just big and bulky, and I just feel like took away from the space, and this one just kind of blends in. I do have white countertops, but I love how it just like blends into my white countertops. It has like the swirl here, and then just like, it honestly looks kind of like our dinnerware that we have from Fable. It's like the same, like a similar like texture. So everything just kind of matches, and I love being matchy-matchy, but I love this one. So I wanted to share it with you guys in case, number one, you don't have a spoon rest, and then I'm asking, what are you doing with your life? Because I didn't have one, and now I'm like, what was I doing with my life? But number two, if you're looking for one that's just kind of minimal and just blends into the background, then this one is great. The next item is this chubby coffee mug. I love this coffee mug. I think it is so cute. I just like love the chubby texture or like shape of it. It's ceramic. It just feels like it's well made too. It comes with this cute little coaster. I will say it's kind of hard to like walk around with because it is just a little bit more substantial than like a normal coffee mug, but I think that's a good thing that it's more substantial. But anyways, I thought it looked really good. I really liked the vibe of the mug, so that's what I wanted to share with you guys because it's literally just off Amazon. It's super easy. And there's something to be said about like your early morning coffee, and putting it in a cute mug just really adds to that coffee experience. If you're a coffee lover, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, then that's okay. This mug could be used for tea as well. But yeah, I really like this mug, so I wanted to share it. And I also get a lot of questions when I post it, so had to add it to this list. The next one is this tissue box cover. It is just like this white leather, and it comes in different colors, but I of course went with white because I don't want a tissue box to stand out. In fact, I don't want anyone to notice that I have a tissue box. And so this little cover just covers up whatever your tissue box looks like, which is usually just colorful and you know what I mean. It's just not a good look. It covers it, and you can put this around your house and it not look so in your face. It just kind of like blends into the background. Especially those of you who have kids. Like I never used to have tissue boxes around until I had a kid. I just was like, that's such a grandma thing to do. But now I have a kid, like I totally get it. I need one, especially when she starts to have a runny nose. You just have to have one out at all times. Otherwise it's just such a pain to go into a drawer to get a tissue when you can just like grab it off the top. So we have this out sometimes. I do put it away when her nose seems fine, but when it's not, I do keep this out. And this cover just really helps make it look less intense for your eyes. The next item that I wanted to show you is actually bedding. I did grab the pillowcase because I feel like this is easier to show than grabbing like a whole thing of bedding. But it's this beautiful linen bedding, and again, it's just from Amazon. I actually found this, I think it was Arvin Alano who I found it from, but it's essentially just this like linen set of bed sheets. There's also a duvet cover, and I have both, and I love both. When I had first ordered it and it came in, I had only washed it once before we used it, and it was not as soft as I had expected it to be, and so I was like, what is the hype behind these linen sheets? I like did not get it. But then I washed them a few more times, and I swear every wash, this linen becomes softer, more lived in. It just feels really, really nice. And I've tried like nice bedding, you guys. Like, I used to have Restoration Hardware bedding, which I do not recommend. All of my Restoration Hardware bedding has ripped. It's just not my favorite. But this is from Amazon, very inexpensive, and it's so nice. It hasn't ripped yet. And I've had this one, I think, for 2 years, and it hasn't ripped yet. So far so good. And I just want you guys to see, like, it's so soft. It does have like that linen-y, like lived in feel. I did go with the white, but they have a bunch of different colors. I'm considering getting another color just to like switch up the bedding, like switch up the vibe for the new season. But you guys know I love white bedding, so it's kind of hard to stray from white for me. But they do have some other colors if you're somebody who likes to switch your vibe up depending on the season or just how you're decorating. But essentially all I'm saying is I love this bedding probably more than most bedding that I've tried. I do really like the Brooklinen bedding. That's what we have on our bed currently. But this bedding is just as good as Brooklinen. I swear, I just love it. So I wanted to throw this in here. The next item, I can't like show you because they're hanging up, but they are curtains off of Amazon. And they are the Chad Made Liz Linen Collection curtains. We have ordered these curtains twice. One was for my daughter's nursery. We had these pink linen curtains in her nursery, and it was like a muted pink. It wasn't like a bright in your face pink, but I wanted to add some sort of like muted pink color to her room. And curtains is a bold choice for me, you guys know that, but I loved how these curtains turn out. They were custom ordered, so custom length, custom width. I think that Chad Made still does that. I have not ordered from them in a few years, but I will link these down below just so that you guys can have the option if they do. So we got the pink ones for the nursery, and then I also got some white, off-white ones for my office. And I just really liked how both of them turned out. I have nothing bad to say about them. They were very inexpensive for, I think the quality was amazing. I just feel like you can spend so much money on curtains, and it's just, I don't know, like I just feel like curtains is a space where you can find really good, not like inexpensive ones. And these ones are a really good, inexpensive one. And last but not least is for your bathroom shower. And it is the silicone body sponge. My husband actually bought one of these, and I remember thinking, how random, like this just little silicone body sponge for just to like wash your body with. I was just using like a loofah, just one of those, you know what I'm talking about, just like a fluffy loofah, like nothing special. Mine's probably just from like Publix or something. And those loofahs get so dirty so quickly, and I also feel like they pull apart really easily. And I don't know, I was just like watching my husband use this like new like sponge thing, and so I was like, okay, I want one of those. Like, I don't like this loofah, I just want something like this, and it's just feels cleaner because it doesn't like trap anything in here. And I don't know, there's something about it that just like feels cleaner than using a loofah every day. I started using this. I swear my body gets more clean because you're actually like scrubbing your skin, but like not in a harsh way. Like it's not like a harsh kind of scrub, but it's like actually getting any dirt that's on your skin off. I just feel more clean, like I've actually cleaned my body with this thing than versus like the loofah where I felt like I was just moving soap around. I think that these just really work really well, and I highly recommend if you want to feel extra clean after your shower. All right, so that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Like I said, I will link all of these Amazon products down below. I will put all the information down below regarding the Dayette Air Purifier. So if you're interested in joining that giveaway, don't forget all you have to do is subscribe and then put a cloud emoji in the comments below, and I will choose a winner 1 week from today. And that's it. So I will leave you with that, and I'm sure I will talk to you guys on my next YouTube video.